The SaltDipped podcast, taking life, business, and adventure with just a pinch of salt. Welcome back to the SaltDipped podcast. I'm looking forward to introducing you to my interviewees today, Danae and Wade. They are from Cheeky Social, and they're a company that we're doing some work with at the moment, and we absolutely love connecting with these ladies and the amazing creative work that they do. So to give you a bit of an idea, Danae, what does Cheeky Social do?
So we are a social media marketing agency. We cater to small to mediums, focusing more on the medium side. And what we do a little bit differently to most agencies throughout the country is we are content generators for our clients. So what we found is there's a big disconnect between I want and I am able to. So we are the able to part. We come up with ideation, we come up with strategy, we send our photographers and videographers to site to capture your business and your moments and put it in front of your audience. We were established in 2021, the end of 2021. I lost 2 jobs in COVID, and I kind of looked at my husband and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And he said, well, what are you going to do? And I was like, I'm just start my own thing. Yeah, within 7 days of deciding that, we opened our doors, we signed our first client, and that is how we have grown so far.
Stunning. I found ours was the same. It was sort of like, okay, done. And within the, like you say, the first week you get a client and you sort of go, okay, this is going to work. And you sort of just push on from there. So well done. And I do love the fact that the two of you are sisters and you've decided to go into business together. I think you actually often find, couples, husband and wife, who decide to go and make it work. And I've always heard those stories of like the one smacking the other one in the bed at 10 o'clock at night, being like, did you send that email? And I think it's so funny. It must be fairly similar being siblings in business. What made the two of you decide to do it together?
So a little known fact, Wade and I are actually twins. You wouldn't say that. Much like eyeliner, it's kind of like a siblings, not twins thing. Sisters, not twins. But I knew as soon as Cheeky actually became a thing, there was no ifs, no buts, no coconuts. Wade was going to join, and it's actually been one of the best decisions I've made for the business because Wade, where I am creative and a little bit all over the place, Wade is definitely that rock, that solid piece that likes to do the boring admin things, I don't know if she likes to do it, but she's bloody good at it. So so no, there was no ifs, no buts, no coconuts. Wade was definitely going to be part of the journey for as long as she wants to be here.
Oh, you're definitely going to get an email tonight going, why'd you say that?
And so I resign.
I'm in trouble.
No, and so I gave myself a pay raise and an extra holiday.
No, you've just come back from
That's the
calm
benefit
down.
of So that's the benefit of being the admin person, right? Like you say, the numbers can just shift a little bit on the paper, and
Exactly.
well, it's just what's happening. Wait, and you joining the business, is it something you've enjoyed doing? Where were you at the point where Danae then called you and said, "Okay, I need you. Please jump ship and come join me. I'm ready."
It was a month after my husband and I actually got married in 2023. It was November, December, and I was like, so, how you doing? And I was like, do you want to join? I was like, husband, can I join? He goes, go mad. And I was like, awesome. January started in 2024, and keeping Danae on the right path in life was a rewarding but difficult job, I think.
Yeah, my email is Big Boss, but we always joke that Wade is the boss's boss.
Yeah. So,
fair enough.
But it's quite fun. I quite enjoy working with my sister. It's fun. It's nice being your own boss's boss, I guess. So, yeah.
Yeah, and this is the devil you've known your whole life. So, yeah.
You shared a womb with her. It's our longest relationship ever. It's not like we can really get rid of each other anytime soon.
True. And she was at least kind enough to wait for you to get married as well before going, okay, it's time now. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, it was like, here's my wedding gift to you.
Sure.
You can leave.
Oh, no, amazing. What has been, a couple of years in business already, you've gone through your first 1,000 days, which is, often that first milestone that businesses want to get through, so you know that you're going to survive. What was let's go with most enlightening experience to date that sort of has taught you a lot about business?
Oh my gosh, the most enlightening experience. I can't even think of the school fees. Oh my gosh, the school fees I paid. That was always scary because you go into business thinking, okay, it's supposed to be tough. You hear all of these these things about people being cutthroat. And then you're like, oh, I'm not going to be that person. I'm not going to be, all about myself and out for number one and everything like that. And it's the weirdest thing how the longer you are in business, the further away that wonderful ideal goes. You've actually got to kind of, wake up every day and make that decision. I'm like, how much can we swear on this thing?
Not at
Read
all.
them
It's
out.
PG.
I'm not going to
Yes.
be an awful person. I remember having meetings with people going, so we move we move our calendars around for you, and kind of going, I'm doing the exact same thing for you. So it's supposed to be a meeting. We're supposed to meet each other. I mean, other school fees, not charging what we're worth. Not being too scared to charge what we need to cover bills at the end of the day, and then also putting your faith in the wrong people. I mean, it's one of the biggest things with business is my biggest stress is my team. They provide me with a lot of freedom to think and do the fun things and bring in the money and do what I want to do. But they're also the biggest pain in my ass. Meant with love, meant with love. But it's also, making sure that I don't mind going through those issues for the right people. So yeah, that's definitely. I mean, you asked for one enlightening thing, and I've given you a bajillion.
All
That's
very good business
ADHD for
advice
you.
for anybody. Yeah, exactly. This has all been enlightening. Wade, is there anything that you've sort of found that Danae hasn't mentioned already that you didn't know before getting into the business that has been an interesting part of the journey?
Really, Danae covered all of it basically. Danae was like, I'll just take all of the answers.
Sorry.
But it's the thing I love about her. She's the excited person. She's the dreamer. I'm the what's the person that keeps you on the earth, keeps you flat
Yeah.
footed.
Keeps you grounded. Good. You need both in business. You've got to have the vision and you've got to be able to go and implement it every day. Otherwise, nothing would end up happening. So it's a really
Yeah.
good combination that the two of you have. So
That's
okay, so we've
exactly
got
it.
it.
I mean, that's when she was. Oh, sorry.
Go for it.
So, I mean, that was one of the reasons that there were no questions about Wade joining. I have severely unmedicated ADHD, so I'm always about, big ideas and flashy, bright things. I'm definitely one of those people that's like, oh, squirrel, whereas Wade is not. Wade is very much, yes, that is a very nice squirrel. Can we redirect back, please? That's the strength
Leave the
that she
squirrel to do
brings.
its business right now. Good. Yeah, exactly that. That balance is amazing. ADHD in itself is a superpower in that the creativity and the out
Definitely.
of the boxness is fantastic. The way that the brain connects the puzzle pieces and the dots is just absolutely fantastic. And it's why it's such a great skill to have in the creative environment.
Hmm.
So what does 2026 look like for you guys? What have you got planned? What are you wishing towards? What is the big hairy goal?
I don't know. You answer that one. I'm not gonna answer mine. I actually sent Danae a TikTok this afternoon on our little group, and it goes like, "Your boss is sharing the big plans for 2026, and your plan is to go on maternity leave."
Mm,
Danae was just like, no. So
no.
Danae can answer this question.
But
um,
she wasn't even like, "Are you trying to tell me something?" with that TikTok.
She's just like, no, you're not doing it.
not doing that. No, so 2026 is about it's a little bit of a weird little rebirth. It's not, we're not changing our branding, we're not changing our processes. 2025 was rough. 2025 was really just, it was the weirdest thing. Almost 4 years in business, I woke up at the beginning of 2025 going, we don't know what we're doing and we don't know who we are. And it was just this really weird thing. And so that kind of kept going throughout 2025. And end of last year, you start setting up your goals, you start setting up your strategy for the next year. And I just said, I don't care. And in a really, really weird way, because I still care so much. But also at the same time, I don't care if we fail. I don't care if things are difficult because we've made it through 2025, which was objectively our worst year yet. So just kind of giving us that space to breathe. And if we make mistakes, we make mistakes. It's fine. Get back up on the horse. It's fine. Ride the wave. And that's what 2026 is. We've basically, I mean, I'm very open about Cheeky's goals. Because I just kind of, I feel like there's a lot of secrecy in entrepreneurship. Yes, everybody's kind of going, oh, this is how I made it, but actually, how difficult was it? Yes, you've got this plan, you had it, and you executed it. So, I mean, we've got a really, really great goal of being VAT registered by the end of the 26-27 financial year.
Nice.
We've actually got like proper sales goals in place. We've achieved them. I know that we're only like one and a bitty months into the year, but we've hit those goals so far, and really just making sure that the business is stable and we all understand how good we actually are. No more imposter syndrome. That's my biggest thing. I want to get us over that hill and kind of stabilize us, and we push onwards and upwards.
That's good. Well, listen, I'm really glad that you are celebrating your sales goals already. I mean, so what if we're almost 2 months in? I think often as entrepreneurs as well, we can focus far too much on when things have gone wrong rather than celebrating when things have gone right. So, keeping that up, it makes a really big difference. And I think especially with that mindset shift that you're talking about and just going, yeah, we're here, we're showing up, we promise to do better. If we make a mistake, we learn, we move on. That's the only way a business is going to survive at the end of the day. So,
Exactly. And I think about
brilliant.
like last year, how absolutely awful last year was, and how, I went through most of the year thinking that we're not good enough, and, what value do we actually bring? We actually hit like 80% of our goals, which that's not bad.
That's a
It's not bad at
distinction
all,
if you think
especially if
about it.
it is a distinction. It's an A plus, which is brilliant.
See?
And also, often when we set goals, we do tend to set them slightly I mean, it's the whole thing of, right, shoot for the stars or shoot for the moon, and
Mm.
at least if you fail, you fall in the stars. So it's
Stars.
80% is really, really good. Fantastic. All right, so you're talking about a difficult year last year. So sometimes we do need to be able to break away from work and just go and spend some time with ourselves or with people that we love. What do each of you do just to go sort of regroup yourself and give you that energy and that freshness to come back and face it again the next day? Anything after hours, sports, hobbies? What tickles your fancy?
I don't know if drinking counts as a hobby, but
In South Africa, I think it does.
Yeah, well, Wade can definitely drink a bottle of wine or two. But
not on a
I
school
mean,
night. I'm a good girl.
it's so weird. Wade and I were talking about this earlier, actually last year, because it was our 50th birthday last year. And we kind of realized that you fall into like one of two categories when you hit your 30s. You turn into like the mom of the group who like makes sure that everybody's okay. And then you turn into like this really sporty person who suddenly wants to run marathons and everything. And Wade is definitely the mom of the group. And then I am definitely the crazy sports person who I realized last week I don't run. Okay, so that's one secret about me. That's not really a secret, but it's more of a public service announcement. I don't run. Tell me why I suddenly want to register for High Rocks.
My goodness.
I hear you. I've got a running joke with one of my friends that it doesn't count as a sport unless it's trying to kill you. Surfing,
Yes.
martial arts, snowboarding, that's the kind of space we're into.
Drinking.
So,
Honestly, drinking does fall in there.
sport. It's a sport. It's trying to kill you.
No, that's exactly it. So I mean, for myself, I've really got into walking. I walk about 6Ks a day, or at least I try to. Then it's everything else
Wade's
on
face
top
is
of
like,
that.
you're lying.
No. Wade knows that I'm not lying because I do meetings while I'm doing my laps. I'll go on my phone.
It was just 2 kilometers. I thought we were there, and now we're doing 6. Did I like before I went on holiday? It was 2 kilometers, and it's like 2 weeks later. Now we're doing 6 kilometers.
Now we're doing 6. Yeah, exactly that.
Good to
And
know.
then also,
Why am I still fat then?
no, don't
The
worry,
High
it's because
Rocks training
we haven't
coming
gone
in.
hiking yet. Sorry, Taz, what did you say?
I
It's
said
your
that's
High
the
Rocks training.
kicking in.
Yeah, that's the worst. And then, I mean, also on the other hand, we also like to do like bringing in the water theme. We both like to sail with our dad. Our dad sails a fast 42
Awesome.
on the Val Dam. Wade and I don't know what we're doing. We're just there to, kind of,
Look
we
pretty,
have hands tell us
basically.
what to do. Yeah. So that's a lot of fun. So that's something that we do.
Yeah.
Wade is
And
actually
then
also
mostly.
a hiker.
Sorry.
You also hike.
Oh yeah, I hike only like once a year, and then then I was like, this is a terrible idea. Why did I do this? So no.
And one of the things I know about you, Wade, is I think you've got the best out of offices I've ever seen in my life as well.
Thank you.
Just that is a whole skill set all by itself. You get these messages when you drop Wade an email and she's out of office, where she's very much like, I'm busy working on my must switch off mode. Do not expect a response before this date because I will be in Mozambique drinking cocktails on the beach and working on my sunburn. So you've always sort of got this really good idea of what you're doing, where you are, and this beautiful quirky sense of humor behind those as well. So I quite look forward to when you're going. I know Danae's not going to love to hear this, but when
Yeah,
you're
I don't like
leaving the office, so we can see what's going on, what you're going to come up with next.
Oh, you can wait for the 27th of February. There will be another out of office that day too. Oh, just an FYI to Danae.
I'm glad I knew
By the way.
I'll be dropping you an email on the day, and I might even just include you out of office in the write-up for this podcast, just so everybody else can see the beautiful creativity that Wade comes up with her OOOs. Brilliant. So
When you're in charge of the copying, you have to do that.
True. Keep it entertaining.
Yeah.
So with your dad and the sailing, is that something you've been doing with him since you were small, or is this a hobby he's picked up later in life?
Oh no, gardens. So my
You've done
dad
it since
was
we were
our
8.
stepdad, and we were introduced to him when we were like, how old? 8.
You're 7 turning 8.
Yeah, close enough. And
It's
yeah,
not close enough,
we
it's
met
the
him
right
with a
time.
yacht. Wait, what's wrong?
No, you're like close enough. I was like, no, it's not close enough. It's right.
I was close enough. Okay, so on to our dad. So yeah, we met him. He was introduced to us as like the yacht guy.
Okay.
And obviously, when you're 7 going on 8, to be precise, this is like the coolest thing ever. And it just kind of progressed from there. And we sail with a whole bunch of like older people. I don't know how to say this nicely. I wanted to say
All of his friends.
Yeah, all of his friends. We sail with our dad's friends.
This is why Wade's on copy.
Exactly. She makes it sound really pretty. Yeah, no, so I mean we sail with all of his friends, and it's been a thing of the only issue is because we've moved quite far away from home, both of us. We don't get to sail very often. So we genuinely will go onto the boat, we'll be like, okay, we know roughly this is where the rum goes. And that's it. Then everybody has to tell us what to do.
That is the only.
And you definitely know where the steering wheel is.
I have very vivid memories of Wade. We'd sail on the ocean. We'd come out of Durban Harbour, and I'm terrified of sailing on the ocean. I had a very, very bad experience involving 3 chocolate chip muffins on my first sail, and so ever since then I'm like,
Just
maybe not
got
for me.
seasick.
And Wade, they'd clip her onto the boat. She'd wear her life jacket, and they just clip her. They'd follow her, clip
Yeah,
her.
the harness me is everywhere.
Yeah, and they'd give her the wheel, and they'd be like, look at that container ship. That is where we're going. And Wade's like, yes, that is exactly where we're going.
Oh, my sailors into a container ship because of that, because no one was paying attention. And they're like, that ship's really close right now. I was like, yep, it's pretty big. I followed your instructions. You said go there, and I went there.
Oh, that's so brilliant. Good. And I think, lovely hobby to have done from such a young age, even if you're not getting to it very often now. Amazing, your guys' different skill sets that we're clearly there at a young age as well, which is fantastic. Thinking about that, if you have to think about just before you started the business, and if you had the opportunity to go back and talk to that person, what would you tell them about this journey that you've been on? We'll go Wade first.
What, from starting to work with Danae to my
that choice.
That Wade. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be difficult, but you enjoy the hell out of it. It's worth it. You're gonna learn. You're gonna become closer with your sister than you actually ever realized. She is my person, so it's always nice to be close to my person. She is crazy, but I love her, and just keep swimming. I know it sounds very, I don't know, it's a pun into the thing, but it's also Finding Nemo, which is my favorite movie ever. Yes, I'm 30, and a Disney movie is my favorite thing.
I know friends who had a full Disney-themed wedding a couple of years ago, so don't worry about it.
I missed out on my calling in life there. After this, I'm phoning my husband. I'm going to be like, listen.
Yeah, just do it again. We did it wrong.
I got some ideas, dude. Just hold on.
File renewal time. Let's go.
Yes.
So very much going back and consolidating that you made the right choice to your younger self there. That's stunning, Wade. And Danae, yourself, if you had to go back and give yourself a piece of advice or warn yourself about something on the journey, what would that look like?
Do it sooner. That's my biggest thing. I realized quite early on in like my employment journey that I'm not a very good employee. I come in with really big ideas and like I want to change everything, and that's led me into like a little bit of trouble. Nobody wants to hire somebody that wants to change the world. But do it sooner. You'll be a lot happier. You'll be a lot better off. And it suits who I am. There's, the lows are low. There's nothing quite low as a business low. But the highs are, it's the most addictive drug in the world, being an entrepreneur. And when things are going right, you feel on top of the world. So yeah, I think it would just be do it sooner, and also kind of get used to doing the things that you don't want to do. There's been a lot of things, admin is just my favorite thing on the planet. And if I just, kind of stuck it out and did the things that I needed to do, do it sooner and do the things.
And do the things sooner. Do it sooner, do the things sooner.
Yes, exactly that. Do everything just sooner.
Great advice. I think it's one of the things, though, is entrepreneurs are actually fundamentally unemployable, especially when you've started doing something. You can often feel, like you say, you don't fit in the box. You feel like you're just rubbing everybody up the wrong way. And then when you find your lane and it's actually working, it's because you tend to have stepped out of somebody else's structure and you're changing the world in your own unique way. No, brilliant. I mean, I'm highly aware of how very unemployable I am these days, and I'm quite proud of it. There's no ways.
I'll get you guys t-shirts.
Hey, there we go. Very unemployable. We can start a whole merch section as well. That's great. All right, so coming back to
Powered by Cheeky Socials.
there we go. Brilliant. So coming back to business, you've got some big goals for this year, and clients are more than welcome to reach out to you. You're shooting in particular in the whole of the Gauteng area. Are you focusing just in Joburg? How far do you go when you are creating content for clients?
So currently we do the full Gauteng. We are looking at going down to Durban and Cape Town to do shoots. That is obviously very, very client dependent. But currently there's no limit within Gauteng. If anybody wants to send me to the Kruger for a weekend, I'm your girl. That would be very highly appreciated. I'll get you so much content.
Amazing. So any of the lodges in Kruger, if you've heard that, you've got your next content creator. You can just contact us. Website, so www.cheekysocials.co.za to get hold of you, learn a little bit more about what you're doing as well.
Yep, that's us. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. At some point, I will get brave enough to start doing my own TikToks, but for now, that's where you can find us.
The lady behind the camera, not yet just in front of it. Well, I'm so glad that you decided to come onto this podcast and felt comfortable enough that this is going on YouTube and on a couple of other platforms as well. So well done. Now you've got no excuse for TikTok. You might have broken the ice.
Heart rate went up when you were like, oh, camera, YouTube, TikTok.
So not ready just yet, but that's all good. Ladies, thank you so much for your time. It's been wonderful getting to know you a bit better and a bit about the business, and looking forward to connect more with you soon. If you want to get hold of Wade and Danae, please do reach out to them from their website. They're amazing to work with, and you will always have great creative content, both visually and, as you can hear, in the beautiful written English language.